Hi guys, welcome to Andrewmeda Galaxy. Today I'm bringing you another deck tech for Pauper on Magic the Gathering Online. This time I'll be playing Burn, as you can see, if you've been looking through my list while I've been talking. So Burn, for anybody who's not familiar, is a deck that just utilizes the most efficient damage spells possible to kill your opponent quickly before they have a chance to do anything. This deck has lots of redundancy. There are several cards in this deck that are 1 mana, 3 damage spells. Examples of that are Chain Lightning, you run 4 of that, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. That other part is rarely relevant. Next one that you run, Lava Spike, deals 3 damage to target player, also for a red mana. The next one, and one of the best Magic cards ever printed, Lightning Bolt, deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And the next one is Shard Volley. As initial cost to cast Shard Volley, you sacrifice the land, but Shard Volley deals 3 damage to target creature or player for 1 mana. And you also have Rift Bolt, which is pseudo 1 mana, because you can suspend it, which means it's removed from the game for 1 turn with a time counter on it, and then at your upkeep, you can remove a time counter from it, and when the last one is removed, you can cast that spell without paying its mana cost. So if you suspend this spell, it's essentially a Lightning Bolt that just happens a turn later. So the rest of the things that you run are things like Needle Drop, which deals 1 damage to target creature or player that was dealt damage this turn. But the cool part about this is it replaces itself because it draws a card. So that could be like your opponent's at 4 life, you bolt, Needle Drop, whatever, or you hit them with another spell or something, or you hit with a creature, and either way it can draw you into exactly what you need to close the game out. We also run Searing Blaze, which deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that players control. But if you triggered Landfall by playing a land this turn, then it does 3 damage to that player and 3 damage to the creature instead. So it becomes substantially more powerful. So it's a removal spell and direct damage to your opponent. And then we have Curse of the Pierced Heart, which is just you bleed them out with it. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, Curse of the Pierced Heart deals 1 damage to that player. So puts them on a clock so that even if you don't have anything in hand, it pressures them because they have to kill you before, that gets them. And then we also have Fire Blast, which is another cool card. This is one I like a lot. So it costs 6, but you can sacrifice 2 mountains rather than pay its mana cost, and it deals 4 damage to target creature or player. This is an excellent finisher. Like a hypothetical scenario could be you have like a Lava Spike and maybe a Lightning Bolt in your hand, and your opponent is at 10 life, so you bolt Lava Spike, and then you use the mana from those 2 lands, so you just sacrifice them, 2 mountains. It has to be mountains. It's important. So you sacrifice 2 mountains, and then you do that final 4 damage. Really cool card. I'm a big fan of it. Creature package in this, there's only 8 creatures. One is Insolent Neonate. It's a 1/1 with Menace for 1, but his true power comes from discard a card, sacrifice an Insolent Neonate, draw a card. So if you've got excessive amounts of land in your hand that you don't need, swing in with the Neonate. Chances are he's not going to be blocked. He has Menace. And if they do block him, you just activate his discard, sack him, draw a card. Could draw you into the gas that you need. And then the other one is Keldon Marauder, which is a 3/3 for 2 mana. It has Vanishing, which means it comes into play with 2 time counters on it. And when the last one's removed, you sacrifice it. But when it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target player. So if you get 1 swing in and hit your opponent directly with this, for 2 mana, you'll have been doing 5 damage. That's pretty nuts, and it's very, very strong and very efficient. Over here in the sideboard, we have Electrickery, which was featured in one of my other decks that I was playing in Dragon Reanimator. And that does 1 damage to target creature you don't control, or you can overload it so that it hits all creatures you don't control. Very good against things like elves and token strategies like White Weenies, anything like that. Flaring Pain, damage can't be prevented this turn, so against like a Turbo Fog deck or anything like that, it would be good. Incinerate, just in case you need that extra bit of removal and reach. Smash to Smithereens is excellent against something like Affinity, and even Tron, because it destroys the problem artifacts. So like say you're playing against Tron, they have their Expedition map, but they don't have the mana to crack it. Okay, I'll blow that up, make it harder for you to get Tron, and also you get 3 damage to the face. Molten Rain, this is destroy target land. If that land was non-basic, Molten Rain deals 2 damage to that land's controller. This is another one for things like Tron that also burns them, and it's good. So we're going to take this deck for a spin and see how it does. So I'll see you guys then.